Hello, everybody. A warm welcome to all of you to EduTap. I hope you all guys are doing absolutely good. Please let me know in the chat box if everything is going good. My screen is visible. Am I visible? And is my voice audible to all of you? Please let us know in the chat box so that we can start our session of Ask Us Anything related to NPS Grade A and Grade B. First of all, to take this particular session forward, I would like to call Kritika ma'am also. She will be helping me and assisting me for this Ask Us Anything session. First of all, ma'am, what is the objective of this particular session? Why we are present over here? Can you please let us know in this particular session only?
Okay. So, sir, as we know that there are very few days that are left for the examination. So, at this point of time, there are many students that are very anxious and they want to know some things like maybe about the examination, maybe about the subject matter, or they want to ask some questions. They have some questions in their mind. So, to cater to those questions, we have done this Ask Us Anything so that if at this point of time you are anxious, you are afraid, you are nervous, so you can come and ask us the different kind of questions that you have in your mind to like relax right now.
Right, ma'am. So let's wait for some students before they join in. Till then, ma'am, please let me know any strategy because the exam is happening on 25th of Feb. So please let me know the strategy for last, I would say 10 to 12 days. Like what is the important points which a student has to put in his or her mind right now?
So, sir, in the last 9 to 10 days, like we have taken many sessions in the previous time so that the students are aware about the study plan and the strategy. So, in these last few days, you have to focus on the MCQs, practicing a lot of MCQs so that you can analyze yourself that, okay, where you are making the mistake. And at the end point, also, you will be able to understand that, okay, I can improve at this point, at this, like this question I'm reading wrong and such. So you can improve right now also. It is not like that the days have finished. You still have 9 to 10 days where you can revise, you can analyze yourself through the MCQs, you can give the mock test and have that real life example or real life scenario of the exam. Okay. Sir, now I have a question for you that phase 1 and phase 2 is on the same day. So how the students should tackle that and what is your strategy for that?
Actually, I was having some discussion with our mighty ancestor related to this strategy only, and he recommended a very good approach. Like in phase one, there are three type of students who will go. First type is like they are totally unaware of anything, like they are just going to waste their time. So there is no strategy for those students, right? But those students who fall in category 2 and 3, category 2 students are those students who have a basic idea that what I have to do in quant, what I have to do in reasoning, what I have to do in English, and all the other components. And category 3 student are those students who are like completely expert. So I will share the strategy for 2 and 3, not for 1. Okay. So those who fall in category 2 and 3, what I will advise you is give your phase 1 अच्छे से. Give your phase 1 in the best of the manner. Do not take any question of phase 1 lightly because you still have to clear phase 1. And more minutes after only or moments after only your phase 2 will also start. So make sure that whatever performance of phase 1 you have done, it's done. You cannot shift your like performance level to phase 2. For example, if my ma'am phase 1 मेरा अच्छा नहीं गया, I was thinking something but I have done something. It's okay. अगर आपका खराब गया तो सबका भी खराब गया होगा. So what you have to do is phase 1 is independent. जो हो गया है, but you have to give phase 2 in the best of the manner because phase 2 is merit after all. Okay. So make sure that if you are falling in category 2 and 3, 2 is basically you are well prepared. 3 is like you are expertly prepared. So if you are in 2 and 3, make sure कि phase 1 अच्छे से देना है, and once phase 1 concludes उसको वहीं रखना है, and then you have to start freshly as in whatever has happened in phase 1, do not have any kind of emotions in your mind, just give phase 2 fodu like fodu manner में, as simple as that. So this is the strategy for phase 1 and phase 2 which is happening on the very same day. Now, my ma'am, I can see some doubts in the chat box. What I will do is I will zoom the screen up so that we can take this particular session forward. Okay. Right. Ma'am, plus control. Okay. So technical error. I will go and read the doubt, or we can read the doubt over here as well. Thank you, ma'am. Now, the very first doubt which I think was expected, when are we going to start marathon session for NPS? See, marathons, we are about to release the schedule very soon. But over here, due to the low participation of you all, we have kept only 2 marathons. In one marathon, we are going to discuss the questions related to quant, reasoning, English, and current affairs. And in the another marathon, which will be a marathon, in which we will discuss 20 question each, depending upon management, depending upon pension, depending upon economics, commerce and account, Indian Trust Act, and whatever you have. So there will be 2 marathons for NPS. Okay. But if you need more marathons, if your response is good, please let us know in the chat box or in the comment box. We can have deliberations as well, because we want to do marathons. But if the response from your end is very weak, then how we will be motivated, right, ma'am? So 2 marathons are there. Schedule will be very much out. If I'm not wrong, the dates are 21st and 22 of Feb. Okay. Now, ma'am, one question which I am able to see from Kanhaiya is, sir, I am from category 2, belong to commerce background, but I am not good in reasoning and maths. See, Kanhaiya, what you can do right now is, if you are not good in reasoning and mathematics, try to increase your score in journal awareness and in the other component which has specialized subjects. Now, in journal awareness, try to score as much as possible. Same in the other component as well. Moreover, if you see you are weak in reasoning and math, so over here you have to solve easy level of questions. Easy level of questions as in, like for example, in reasoning, syllogism is very easy. In reasoning you have inequality, which is again very very easy. So if you are weak, then pick those questions which are very very easy in nature. Okay, but you have to clear the individual cutoff of mathematics and reasoning also, because sectional cutoff bhi hai, overall cutoff bhi hai. So if you are weak over here, it's not an excuse. Rather, you should practice right now with the help of topic test, sectional test, and overall test, so that you can increase your chances of selection in phase 1. Okay, all the very best to you, Kanhaiya. Mukesh is saying, sir, give more than 2 marathons. Mukesh, we have already done revision series. If I am not wrong, ma'am, we have already conducted a lot of revision series on YouTube. But still, if many people let us know in the chat box or in the comment box, we will definitely take your feedback forward to our experienced Anchit sir as well, and let's see what he says. But right now, there are 2 marathons, 21st of Feb and 22nd of Feb. Right, ma'am?
In this, I would like to add कि we have already taken a lot of marathons for the SEBI students also, na? So the economics, finance, management, commerce, account. So for these multiple subjects, we have already taken the marathon during the SEBI. So those questions also you can practice, you can use for your understanding or for your last minute practice. Okay. So those marathons also, do use it wisely, do use the revision sessions very wisely, because they are the extra free questions that you are getting. Okay.
Right. Ma'am, there is one question which I would like to take. Please clarify that in phase 1, paper 2, there will be 50 questions or where there will be 100 questions. See, in paper 2, you only have 40 minutes, right? You only have 40 minutes. Now, in 40 minutes, definitely, if this 40 minutes pattern continues, which is given in the notification, we are expecting that there will be 50 questions only, not 100. Because in 40 minutes, I don't think you have the luxury to solve 100 questions, right? So, in 40 minutes, we expect 50 question, each question is of 2 mark, right? And this is what we are expecting right now by 99% like level of confidence, we can say. But NPS can do some googly as well, but I think it's a default from there and they have not mentioned it correctly, but we think that it will be 50 questions worth of 2 marks each, which you have to do in 40 minutes. Okay, right? So there is one more request. Please do marathons session at least for additional. For additional, like, I'm not defending myself. If you all request, then we can do it. But if you want to practice additional questions related to data analytics, statistics, we have done the revision series on YouTube. So you will get 40 questions each. 40 questions each on the revision session. Plus for marathon also, we will be doing some 20 plus 20 more. So you will get a total of 80 questions for free on YouTube. Okay. When there is one feedback, I am enrolled in your course. It's really, like, I'm not able to read it because really worth, everything is organized. Thank you so much. It takes a lot of effort for all the faculties and teachers to give us a comprehensive course. Ma'am, next doubt is related to economics only. I can see in the chat box as well. Sir, for economics, what should be the difficulty level which they have to study on? So, ma'am, can you comment on this?
So I will suggest you that see, any kind of question can come. Some easy questions will come, some moderate questions, and some difficult questions. So when we conduct the marathon or when we conduct the revision sessions, we have this in mind that we give some easy questions, we give some moderate questions, and difficult questions also. Okay. So I will suggest you to practice all kind of questions, because if in the examination difficult question comes, then only you will be able to answer those questions, because you have practiced such kind of questions. In the case of numericals, you do not have to go to very difficult numericals. Numericals will be on the easier lines, questions on the basis of the concepts. Okay, but I will suggest you do all kind of questions starting from easy, moderate, and some difficult questions also. Okay.
And ma'am, for economics, do I need to focus a lot on graphs? Because in Keynesian and everything else, there is a lot of graphs. So what should be my strategy related to graphs?
Okay. So till now, I hope that you have covered most of the part of the economics course. So see, graphs are a inherent nature in economics. If you are studying economics, you cannot leave graphs. But I will suggest you that do not focus too much on graphs right now. Focus on the theory. Focus on the idea that the theory is trying to convey. Okay. So graphs till now, whatever you have done, just revise that. And if you have not covered a particular topic, in that particular topic just do the basics. Okay.
Right. And let's take one doubt from Mukesh. So please start GA marathon. Marathon will happen, Mr. Mukesh. Don't worry for that. Gurkira sir will bring some 30 to 40 questions related to journal awareness on 21st of Feb. Okay, so don't worry for that. Marathons will be done. Okay. Any other doubt if you have, please ask us in the chat box. This is a golden opportunity wherein we have come live to address your all the doubts. One doubt which I can see is, sir, how to improve quants? Any comments on this, ma'am, or would you like to pass this question to me? Any, like, you can give me journal feedback or journal kind of suggestions that how to increase your score in quants.
So I will say that in quant also, right now, whatever you have studied, you have studied. Now you do not have time or luxury to do more and more of the concepts and read the concepts and such. So right now, practice the questions. Okay, practice the multiple MCQs, and with that, analyze yourself that in which areas you are very strong, in which areas you are not so strong. So in the examination, you will have to attempt the questions, and you will have to leave some questions also in quant in reasoning. Okay, because you only have to clear the phase one. So do the multiple MCQs so that you are aware that which questions I'm good at, which questions I will attempt in the examination also. Okay. So at this point of time, MCQs are your like one source that you have to do.
And in quants, if you are too much like frightened up, then select some selected chapters. Like for example, I was very weak in time, speed, and distance, but I was very good in time and work. So select your strong zones. Like from this particular zone, if a question comes, then I will do it. Like you cannot say that all of my chapters are bad in quant because then you will not be able to clear the sectional cutoff itself. So use your mind, my students. Please select some beautiful chapters which you think are very, very good for you. For example, simplification, number series. You also have this approximation. So if this halwa question comes in your exams, then you should be going all guns on these questions. Like ये तो करके ही आना है. But yes, as Kritika ma'am said, practice more and more MCQs so that you can increase your chances of selection, and you will also be able to clear the sectional cutoff of quants. Okay. So do let us know if you have any other doubt. Sir, what we can do for descriptive paper? Ma'am, any comments on that? Any journal comment?
Okay. For the descriptive paper, again, I will suggest you that some like only a few days are left. So anyone who has not practiced should practice, because descriptive paper, many of the students think that okay, we have written in college, we have written the essays in our school time, so that is not same as you have to write here in a very limited time. So do practice, typing practice you have to do in the keyboard, that is not very smooth. Okay, and you have to be ready for any kind of malpractice or any kind of the keyboard not running or the PC shutting down in between. So keep that 5 minutes extra in your mind that okay, in the last 5 minutes I will revise or I will see the whole essay that I have written or the whole paper that I have written. Okay, so keep those 5 minutes so that if any kind of disturbance happens, you have those extra last 5 minutes to cover up. Okay, so and do not panic in the examination, because we have seen, we have heard from many of the toppers that yes, the disturbance happened, like PC shut down or keyboard stopped working. So some things can happen. So at this point of time, practice with the keyboard that is not very smooth, and like keep those 5 minutes extra with yourself in the examination also, right now also.
I think keyboard which you are referring to is this one, right? You can
Yes.
follow this basic standard keyboard. Do not use any, I would say, laptop wala keyboard, because you won't get the luxury of laptop wala keyboard in your exam. So purchase any 100 rupees keyboard, practice on it. And yes, in English, we again expect that they will ask you questions on essay, Pressy, and RC, which is a reading comprehension, right? So you can just follow the basic structure of essay, introduction, body, and conclusion. For Pressy, again, you have a limited scope of, I would say, what structure. Like in Pressy, you just have to give the heading and then just directly give the summary of the passage which is given to you. And RC is practically just paragraph is given and you have to give your answer. So we know that these are the three set of questions which can appear in the exam, and they have also given journal studies as a syllabus of your exam. So they can ask you any essay which is the syllabus topic of journal study. For example, how will you apply ethics in your organization, because ethics is the part of journal study which they have given. So practice basically, as ma'am said, and you do not have to go into any panic stage. Once you are seeing any unfavorable situation, do not go into panic stage. You can raise your hand, call the coordinator around your examination center, and you will be having enough of time. Okay, so don't worry, just go with full confidence. Right now you do not need to have any kind of worry. Man, this is a very good doubt. How many times revision is required? 100 times or 1000 times? What will be your answer?
I will say at least 3 times. Okay, one time when you are reading. Okay, whatever magazine you are reading, you are reading for January, February. So whatever magazine you are reading, okay, you have done it, you have highlighted it, revise it again after a few days, and after that have a third revision. After that, give the mock test or give the like MCQs, the revision MCQs. If you have any course, the MCQs will be provided by that organization, or you can join the marathon session also. In that, the MCQs will be there. Many of the students are saying that they want GA session. So like currently also there are many of the revision sessions that is provided by EduTap under the CT 360 series. Okay, so that is your current affairs. So on the next Thursday also there will be a session, a revision session for January. That will be the current affairs session, okay, from 6 p.m. onwards. So be there on Thursday so that you have some MCQs for practice for the January month. Okay.
And ma'am, I have one doubt over here. Like NPS is asking 20 marks of GA, right? And if we see exam is on 25th of Feb, will you recommend a student to do GA from October 2024? What will be the months which a student should target so that they can increase their chances of selection?
So, sir, the recent 3 months are the most important. So, December, January, February. Okay. So, start from your December and do the Jan and the Feb till the last week you have to do. Okay. And for Jan, like for December and Jan, there are various revision sessions that is provided on YouTube. So, you can revise through that also. You can practice the MCQs through that also. Okay.
Right. Ma'am, here I have one more genuine doubt which I can see in the chat also. Like in YouTube, we run CT 360 and your Finance 360 and Perspective. So a student should do all of these. Like, can you denote the strategy or the sessions which a student has to do? You can just write it over here. Like, you have to do sessions which Kritika ma'am is telling to you of December, January, and Feb. But if you are very short on time, then January or February will also help you. But January, February karna hai. If you have ample of time, then December also. Now, Kritika ma'am, tell me what sessions I have to do.
Okay. So, I will suggest you that the next Thursday, there will be a revision session for you. Okay, that will be from 6 p.m. onwards. Now this session will be of the current affairs, where the revision will be done of the whole January month, where we will discuss the general awareness, the award, sports and such. We will discuss the GA plus ESI. We will discuss the GA plus ESI section, that is your economics and social like social issues, current affairs, and we will discuss the finance current affairs also. So this session is going to be important because here we will discuss the revision questions, or this is the revision session for the whole of the January month, where we will discuss the questions of the ESI and the finance current affairs. Okay, so this is going to be important. Other than that, there are revision sessions that have been conducted for the December month in the CT 360 series, in the Finance 360 series. Okay, so you can see those revision sessions, because I know that at this point of time you do not have the time to go through all the sessions and see all the sessions. So at least see the revision sessions. Okay, that will help you to know that what was going on, and what if the question comes, you will be able to answer it directly.
And ma'am, should like Suraj is asking, like, can you take this doubt? Should we cover PIB also?
Okay, so in the current affairs only, if you are joining for Thursday session, so the PIB will be covered for the January month. Okay, in the CT 360, the PIB is getting covered to some extent. The important news are getting covered, so you can see the revision session of the December 60 360. Why I am not saying that go to PIB and read everything? Because if you go to PIB, your whole time will be invested there. Right now you do not have, like, you only have 10 days, so here you should be focusing on the multiple revision, multiple subjects that you have. Okay, so I hope that till now you have studied some of the December general awareness and you just have to revise. Okay, right now do not pick any new source, just revise.
Right, ma'am. Ma'am, there is one doubt from Rahul. He is asking, I'm a paid subscriber where I can post my doubts. See, if you have purchased any course of EduTab, we are already available for one-to-one call also. You can post your doubts on email also. You can post your doubts on discussion forum also. You can also mail us your doubt on hello@edutab.co.in. So please do not have any hesitations before asking any doubt. A doubt can be silly also, or it can be technical also. Please reach out to us. If you want to call us, then you have to drop us your request on hello@edutab.co.in and write in the mail that please connect my strategy call to Kritika ma'am or to Jalas sir or to any other faculty of EduTab. Okay, so please ask your doubts. If you are a paid subscriber, do not shy away from it. Ma'am, there is one more doubt which I can see. If we have already covered 2 months of PIB, then it's okay.
Yes, I will say that it's okay for February. If you can do the starting 2 weeks, that will be good. But if you have done December and January already, so that is very good. Just do some like the starting 2 weeks of Feb also. Just the basic news, the important news that is related to finance and ESI. Okay, so that you can do.
Right. Next two doubts, ma'am. What will be the level of questions? This Kushagra is asking. Level of questions in phase one, which we expect from our past year trends of PFRDA SEBI. In phase one, it will be easy to moderate. Largely, the paper will be dominated by the easy questions, specifically in GA, all your technical subjects like commerce and accounts, economics. But yes, some questions will be moderate as well, but largely the domination will be taken by easy questions. Okay, so you can clear phase one even if you have like half cooked preparation. Okay, but in phase two, the real game is phase two, because phase two, say you will see that merit will be started, right? In phase two, when it comes to English descriptive, again we are expecting that paper will be moderate level. We are expecting, please focus on my words. We are expecting. We are not telling you that it will be moderate. We are expecting that the paper will be moderate, because this has been the trend in other papers as well. Like in RBI, English again is moderate. In SEBI, again English is moderate. But when it comes to paper two, that is where I think the paper level can be moderate to tough. Because in paper two, we are expecting 50 questions. So out of 50, even if you are able to get 40 correct, then it's my salute to you. Right? If you are doing 40 corrects out of 50, you have a wonderful score then. 40 into 2 is 80, provided that you are not doing any negative marking. So paper level, on a large of phase one, it will be easy to moderate. Phase two will be moderate to tough, specifically because of paper two. Right? One question, ma'am, which Ria Chaurasia is asking. Hello, can you please tell me about journal studies descriptive? See, Ria, they have given you topics of journal studies in the notification. Now, we are not expecting that they will ask us standalone questions just on journal studies. Like, you will not see the questions which are coming in RBI, in NPS. You will get basic essay, RC, and Pressy. Yes, the theme of RC, the theme of Pressy, the theme of essay will be based on the journal studies topic which are given to you. For example, if women empowerment is mentioned on the journal studies, then they can ask you an essay about it. Like, this is what we are expecting, and this is a very big fault from the NPS, because they have not given the type of questions which they can ask. Okay, so we are again predicting essay, RC, and Pressy will come. The theme of these three questions can be based on the journal studies topics which are given to you in the notification. Okay, will they ask application based questions or will they ask essay based on? Yes, Ria, you got the answer. They will ask you essay based question, which we are predicting right now. Application based questions, hardly I would say 1% chance is there, because you only have 60 minutes to write your paper one, right? You only have 60 minutes in which you have to write the complete paper. So you don't have the luxury of time as well. So I think they will ask you essay, RC, and Pressy. Ma'am, this is one. Oh, wow. We have one question in the chat box. Which government scheme is important in welfare sector?
Okay, I will just directly tell you that yesterday a session was taken by Gurkirat sir where he has discussed the schemes that were in news in January. So I will suggest you that do see that session, because in that session the important schemes that were in news in January were discussed by Gurkirat sir. Okay, so in this you will get multiple schemes, and as these schemes are in news recently, so these schemes will be more important. So rather than telling you one name or two name that okay do this or do that, just see this session that happened yesterday from 6 p.m. onwards. So it has happened yesterday. You can see the recording in 2x. So you will get to know that which schemes are important and are currently in use. Okay. Yes.
Right, ma'am. Now there is one student, Khush Atri. Actually, he's my neighbor. He's asking, आज badminton खेलना होगे क्या? Let it be. Ma'am, any other doubt which you think we should address right now? Like, ma'am, can you share me the strategy, like some good golden rules which will help me to clear phase one easily? Any two golden rules if you have?
So in the phase one, remember that there is sectional cutoff and there is general cutoff. Okay, do not focus on a subject that you are weak in too much. Okay, if you are weak in quant, just focus on that from the mindset of clearing the sectional cutoff, and focus on English, focus on GA and the other parts for clearing your general cutoff, for clearing your overall cutoff. Okay, so if you are weak in a subject, do not be afraid right now, just focus on clearing the sectional cutoff. So this is one point that you have to focus on in the examination also. The second point is that if the exam comes tough, many of the students will face the same problem. All the students will face the same problem. So it is not only tough made for you, it is made tough for all the students that are sitting for the examination. So of course the sectional cutoff will also fluctuate as per that. So keep that in mind, that do not panic in the exam situation. And Jala sir has said a very beautiful thing, that do not take the burden of phase 1 in your phase 2. If you have faced some negative thing in phase 1, maybe when the cutoff comes you will realize that okay, I was way above the sectional cutoff actually. So do not take that burden in the phase 2, otherwise it will become problematic, because the human mind, it tends to think about the negative thoughts, so that will ruin your phase 2 also. Do not go into that mindset. Okay.
And ma'am, one thing which I would like to add over here is, like, during phase one and phase two, think like a robot. Do not let any emotion comes into you, because the moment you let emotions comes into you, you will become irrational. You will be like, what I am doing over here, why the answer is this and why the answer is not that. So do not think like an emotional person. Rather, do not become an emotional fool rather, but think like a robot. Like, you are just over there to solve the question, solve as many as you can. At the same time, do not do any kind of tukkabazi, that I think the answer will be A, so A laga diya. I think the answer will be B. Don't do that. Okay, be responsible of your selection. And yes, all the very best to you. I hope you all will pass phase one and phase two, and definitely we all want to see you in interview as well. So I don't see, ma'am, any new questions. So any ending advice to the students before we end?
So rather than any ending advice, I will just tell you that all the very best for the examination. The past few days must have been tough for you, but you just have to work hard for coming 10 to 11 days, and then you will rock the examination, right? So all the very best for the examination and do good. Thank you, everyone.
Right. And I would like to add this point, that very soon we will be announcing marathon schedule as well. But still, if you want anything extra from EduTap, please let us know in the comment box. We will definitely help you in the best manner. So that's it from my end, and that's it from Kritika's ma'am as well. If you have any other doubt which we have not addressed, although we have tried to address all the doubts which were there in the chat box, but if you have any other doubt, please post it in the comment box. We will definitely reply to your comment and address you. Okay, so that's it. Have a good day ahead.